Hello and welcome to The Business. I'm joined now by Alison Hedland of Business Direct Utilities. Bit of a mouthful that. So utilities, Alison, gas, electric, and I'm going to make it easy for you now because I've got our lecky bill here. So, and I don't understand it either. That's terrible, isn't it? There must be loads like me. So I've got my bill here, but I don't see how much I'm paying or anything. Just explain that bill to me now.
Yeah, you've got what's called your supply number, okay, which is a grid of 2 lines. The bottom left-hand corner of this one, because we're in Yorkshire, starts with number 23. Being in Yorkshire, last I know that, okay? And you have different numbers for the different parts of the country. At the top of it, there's another row of numbers which starts on the left-hand side of yours, which is 03. Okay, this is the actual tariff for your business. It's the smallest, lowest tariff there is for a business. They go up to what's called a half-hourly, a double O site, where everything is linked down the lines, which are read every half hour. Consequently, it's called a half-hourly. But this is the smallest meter you can have, okay?
Is that a good thing then, or a bad thing?
It's irrelevant, really, because your business is office-based. You always don't use a lot of electricity. You're not an engineering firm. You're not like a big football team that use a lot of electricity on floodlights. Yeah. You're just like a slightly higher rate than a domestic.
Okay.
All right. You've got your unit rates there and the date of the bills, etc. Okay. And you're paying 14.990 pence a unit.
Is that good?
Which between you and me is quite high.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Right,
it looks to me as though you're not actually in a contract. You're paying at what is called out of contract rates because you haven't actually agreed to anything with your supplier.
Well, that's actually good at the moment, isn't it? Because that means I can shop around then now.
It certainly does.
Right, so if I was contacting you then for the first time, you'd need a copy of this then, wouldn't you?
It does help, yes, we do need it.
But now, that goes against the ethos of doing business because it's like ringing the customer and saying, look, I can supply you this service or product. Can you send me what price you're doing at the moment? Don't you do just like best price?
No, there's obviously the 6 big suppliers. There's the Eon, Npower, Swaylake, Scottish Power of this world. And there's a lot of smaller independent ones which we use as well. Because we're independent, we can use any supplier that we wish.
But if I was going to shop around, where do I start? What do I do? Do I contact someone like you or do I just contact British Gas Business? What's the best thing to do?
Your best way of doing it is to contact someone like ourselves because we know the markets. We've been doing it for over 10 years now, and we can obviously work it out which one is better for you, how you like to run your business, how you use your units, whether it's daytime, nighttime, how much it is, what sort of contract you'd like.
So if I was coming to you to do it, there's obviously a contract involved. If I'd sign it with you, how long do the contracts last for?
They vary. They used to be 5 years, for 5 years before the credit crunch, but now you're lucky to get one lasting longer than 3 years. Okay. Because it's more of a gamble because the suppliers are having to gamble on the markets.
So, as a word of advice then, would you? Because I'm thinking to myself, well, I'll just sign for a year and then see if it gets any better after a year. Okay, Alison. Well, we've had a quick look at my bill here then, but there'll be other people out there that are watching this video where they're thinking, well, am I using enough gas or electricity for someone like you to be interested? How much would I have to be using for you to say, right, we can try and have a look at doing you a better deal?
Well, normally we look at business that's using somewhere between 12 and 15,000 kilowatt hours of electricity a year. Okay, well that equates to around about £4,000 per quarter.
Right, okay. So you need to be a reasonable size. It wouldn't be a small office. You'd have to have like a group of offices or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Well, that's great news, Alison. I'm going to let you have a look at my bills and see if you can send me any money.
Certainly will, Graham. You can only spend your money once, so you might as well spend it wisely.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining me, Alison.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.